to be here today for Families Matter, St. Lucie Public Schools Parenting Guide. We are excited to be your hosts. My name is Rebecca Benton. I am a life skills parent educator with Student Services.
Hi again. I'm Dejan Jackson, Family and Community Outreach Administrator on special assignment for St. Lucie Public Schools. The focus of our show today is to discuss a very important topic that matters to families. We have resources to support emotional and behavioral support, or SEDNET, along with diagnostic resources found through Fiddlers, available both in our community.
The purpose of Families Matter, St. Lucie Public Schools Parenting Guide, is to give parents and families information about the resources found within our local community. The resources shared could be in the form of people connected to St. Lucie Public Schools, like school counselors, district support personnel, or educators on your child's campus. Or the resources could be found on our St. Lucie Public School website. And it could be in the form of local community agencies that help your child achieve success. You play a pivotal role in the life of your child and children, and as always, our aim is to support you. Today, our purpose is to give you tools and resources to support your family with diagnostic tools and resources.
We have wonderful guests with us today. Please welcome Fiddlers Director Donna Gale and SEDNET Specialist Desiree Almond. Both are specialists in their fields, and we are so excited to have both of them. Can you share with us your role in St. Lucie Public Schools and how you support children and families? We'll start with you, Donna.
Good morning, and thank you for having me today. As mentioned, I am Donna Gale, Director of Fiddlers, and Fiddlers stands for the Florida Diagnostic Learning Resource System.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to get more into it. It is a lot. It is. And Desiree, can you introduce yourself and share how you support St. Lucie Public Schools?
Good morning again. Hi, I'm Desiree Almond. I'm the SEDNET Project Manager. I support Martin County Schools, Indian River County Public Schools, Okeechobee, and of course St. Lucie Public Schools.
Awesome.
Yes, wonderful. So I don't know if you've noticed that in education we use a lot of acronyms.
Alphabet soup.
Yes, so I know, Donna, that you already told us, but tell us one more time, what is Fiddlers, and if you can go into a little bit more detail.
Absolutely, I'll be glad to. Fiddlers stands for Florida Diagnostic and Learning Resource Systems. There are 18 centers in the state of Florida, and we're funded through IDEA. So we're an IDEA state-funded project. Fiddlers Galaxy is housed in St. Lucie Public Schools. We serve the 4 counties, Indian River, Martin, Okeechobee, and St. Lucie is our biggest county that we serve in, and we're lucky to be here in this district. We provide child find services, professional development for school staff on all topics. We provide low-tech tools to classrooms, such as visual calendars, visual name tags. We have all types of different visual tools that we make here and provide to classrooms. And we also offer parent and guardian learning opportunities.
Well, we're glad you're here, Donna,
Yes,
because
absolutely.
you have been an educator in St. Lucie County for a long, long time, and you bring that skill set definitely to the role, so we're glad you're here. When we are in schools, as well as within the community, families are often sharing that they might have a concern with their child meeting certain milestones, like either walking, talking, or academic concerns, or it might be behavioral concerns. So what do you suggest?
If any parent is feeling like their child may not be developing the way they would expect, give Fiddlers a call at 772-429-4601. And if we are not able to provide them exactly with what they need, we also are like an outreach. We have resources that we would provide them and guide them to get the help they need for their child.
Oh, that's wonderful. Is there a certain age range that Fiddlers works with?
Yes, we work with children ages 3 through 5. We do screenings for developmental delays and possible disabilities.
And what are those? What could those delays include?
They could any of the delays in speech and language. Autism is a big part of our screening population at this time. And intellectually disabled, behavioral concerns. We get a lot of phone calls of parents struggling with behavior and their children not being able to maintain spots in daycares or preschools.
And Donna, you had mentioned a phone number for our family, our viewing audience. We will make sure that we include that with our resources that we have on Families Matter,
Absolutely.
and it will show on the screen as well later on. But we want to think about what's recommended for parents or guardians to get a screening through Fiddlers.
Okay, so almost anyone can call to request a screening. We get referrals from grandparents, doctors, aunts, uncles, in-laws, sisters, brothers, any of the concerns that they may have. And so we take the information and we provide it to our child find specialists that will do the screening on the child. We set up appointments, and then they come in with the child and we do a screening for them. It's usually about 30 to 40 minutes of the process, but in that time they're experts in identifying possible disabilities with students.
Oh, that's awesome. So then what is the process then after the screening?
So after the screening, if there is concerns that we see through the screening, we then will refer the parent to the ESE pre-K team. And then they will set up another appointment with them for a much in-depth evaluation. So it all depends on how the screening goes.
And if the child passes the screening?
If they pass the screening, and of course parents are still concerned and we understand that, we provide them with other resources that they can access, whether it's something online that their child can do or something the parent can read. And we also tell them that within a year or so, if they're still concerned, call us back. We do rescreen, but it's usually anywhere from 6 months to a year to give that child some time to grow and develop.
Absolutely.
So after the screening, what services does Fiddlers provide for parents and for families?
So after the screenings, and even before or during, we provide parent-guardian opportunities to gain information. Our parent learning opportunities are offered virtually. We have them every month on different topics. We have some starting in April.
That's wonderful.
And so we have developing the IEP on April 8th at 7 to 8 at night. We have Sensory Island on April 9th, again 7 to 8 at night. And we have behavior strategies on April 17th, 9 to 10 a.m. And they will offer these different times in May, and we do them throughout the year. So if you don't catch it because 7, 8 may be bedtime, parents may catch it on lunch, because we may offer it at a lunchtime, noon to 1, or earlier in the morning after parent drop-off. So there's plenty of opportunities to access the virtual sessions.
And are those virtual sessions recorded so that parents can go back and access that information later?
That's a great question. They are not recorded at this time. Due to the grant, we have to fulfill a certain amount of sessions and things that we do. Not to say that they won't be in the future, but at this time they're only.
But there's lots of opportunities if a family misses one to
Right.
catch.
Absolutely.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
that's wonderful. And it's great that families' schedules are kept in mind when it comes to those learning opportunities. It's really important. And how does Fiddlers work with St. Lucie Public Schools, private and charter schools?
We serve all of them. Any private or charter school can contact Fiddlers and talk and ask questions about what we do. If they have a child they're concerned about, they can also fill out the referral. Sometimes we get calls and it's a referral from a school, and then we call the parent. The parent didn't even know sometimes that the school had reached out to us. So once we explain, they're like, okay, yeah, that's fine. So there are those moments. But we also provide professional learning for private and charter schools as well, and they have access to the BEAS portal to take those courses online for recertification.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, you know, as educators, we're always learning, and we have to recertify every so often, and so getting that information really helps us, definitely.
And so continuing to build on collaboration, how are SEDNet and Fiddlers connected?
We're both IDEA state-funded projects, and we're lucky that St. Lucie has us both in their school system,
Woo-woo,
and
go
we
St. Lucie.
actually are in the same office. So Ms. Almond and I talk quite a bit about different things that we can do and strategize. Even if it may not be a child find situation, Fiddlers also supports teachers in the classrooms once we provide training to them. So we sometimes talk about those things and what's going on in classrooms that we have both been in and have provided support.
That's
That's
amazing.
wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah, we're both state-funded projects, SEDNet and Fiddlers. We discuss and share opportunities when we're back and forth in the districts. If I'm in a district and a school mentions a need that they may have, if it's not something SEDNet can provide, typically it's something Fiddlers can provide. So I will connect the school district to Fiddlers, even though they're aware Fiddlers is there, sometimes they just don't know which way to go. So I'll connect and we'll do an introduction, we'll set up team meetings. And we do that also with our private schools and our charter schools. We also, SEDNet supports charter schools and private schools, making
wonderful.
sure that the school district is supported all the way around.
That's
Wonderful.
amazing. Desiree, we are so glad that you're here with us today as the project manager for SEDNet. Most of the time people think SEDNet is an acronym that stands for something. What is SEDNet?
Yes, that's funny you say that because it's not an acronym at all. It is the multi-agency network for students with emotional behavior disabilities. And that's all. There's no acronym. However, there are 18 SEDNet project managers across the state. We have been in state legislature since 1984, so it's mandated that each district have a SEDNet project, a manager in their district to work with them. So I think that's important. Most of our work is done through interagency collaboration. That's how our grant is written, and we really support the educational therapeutic needs of students when they're coming home from residential placement or in commitment placement.
Wonderful. So what are the resources that SEDNet provides?
Right, SEDNet provides technical assistance across all 4 districts to schools, districts, and to our community agencies. We provide training to school districts, system of care agencies. On the flip side, sometimes system of care agencies want, when we're in our mental health meetings, they want schools to do things that are out of the bounds of education. So I provide that training on the flip side. We're collaborative partners with students, families, and when students return really from that residential placement, ensuring that the student has a warm welcome and handoff going back to school, and ensuring that our students come back to us. That's really what we want, that they come back. And parents sometimes are a little shy of that, and they're not exactly sure what to do. So SEDNet can really bridge that gap.
Oh, wonderful.
That is so important for that warm welcome.
Yes, of course.
And for educators to be armed with and equipped
Yes.
with that knowledge and know-how. Is there a referral process for SEDNet like there is for Fiddlers? And if so, how does that work? How do we gain access?
So there is no direct referral process. Typically, SEDNet's aware of their students that are coming home, and that's part of what's in legislature, keeping our kids in state. So we're aware when they're coming out of placement. However, if schools need me, of course, I am on every district website for the sites that I support. So I'm always just like a phone call or email away.
Absolutely.
So I also try and connect with the school and get ahead of it if I know a student's coming home to let them know, because parents are just sometimes scared, you know, and I know our schools are ready for them. They're ready and they want them to come back. They're anticipating, how can I help them? How can I get them back into the seat and get them learning? So there is no direct referral process, no, but I'm there to help them navigate the system when they return.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much. Does SEDNet and or Fiddlers, we've touched upon it a little bit, but let's dive a little deeper, provide any professional learning to teachers and staff?
Yes, we do. We have topics on everything education out there. We do behavior, reading, math. There's a brand new one coming out for writing. We have
wonderful.
probably over 100 or so professional learning opportunities for teachers.
That's amazing.
And so we're always looking and working with principals or the PL departments and the school districts and the ESE departments in the districts that we serve to set up professional learning for teachers.
Amazing.
That's amazing.
Yes, and of course, SEDNet has what we call a menu of services. Actually, it's titled Menu of Services. But right now, I think the most important ones that I focus on my districts are trauma in the classroom, compassion fatigue, that's focusing on the educators that work with students that experience trauma. And we have a book study, Fostering Resilient Learners. That's a really popular one right now. creating a trauma-sensitive classroom. And then, of course, all our professional learning, it's offered face-to-face, or I have a virtual option if need be, which seems to work for educators because you can do that right after work from your, your classroom. You don't necessarily have to go somewhere else to have a training.
That's so
Might be
accommodating
in your
for teachers.
jammies, catching up on the learning because we're always learning.
Yes, we are.
absolutely.
Yes. Now, what tips do you have for families as this is a family show and they're like, okay, what can I do to make sure that my kids are not only at grade level and up to speed, but what tips do you have for families?
Right, for families, if your child's behavior is starting to affect their academic life, their social life, and of course their home life, I always say start with your school. Ask for a parent conference, talk to the teacher, tell them your concerns. We know our teachers are waiting to help their
Absolutely.
students, and they could bring someone else in. And then after that, maybe mention some of these things also to your pediatrician, to your doctor. And at the end of that, early intervention is always important when families see problems arise. And I can always assist to connecting families back to their teachers. Sometimes it's just that disconnect of, what do I talk about? How do I say it? And I can connect a family back to their teacher in their school also.
Wonderful. Yes, absolutely.
Both Fiddlers and SEDNet are great resources for families. And as always, the educators working in both of these agencies have your child's best interest at heart. If you have more questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to either one of these dynamic ladies that are here with us today, or contact us when we're out
Absolutely.
and about in the community.
Yep, families, we have gone over a ton in today's show. We hope you have learned more about the wonderful agencies in our community, and if you find yourself in need of more help, please reach out. Our aim is to be the guide on the side for the many resources found in our community.
Once again, Rebecca, we've done it. We've
Yep.
had a great show, and it's because we have resident experts with us, with both Donna Gill and Desiree Allman, and we are so glad that you are here with us
Thank
today.
you so much.
And if you have missed any of our shows, please tune in to WLX Horizon to watch it, catch up, and feel connected. Check out St. Lucie Public Schools social media outlets for our next show. Next month, we are dedicating our show to speech and language. It's going to be fantastic.
Remember, all families matter in St. Lucie Public Schools.